me again, giving you more stuff to practice at home. We are going to look at back stances and how we move in a back stance. Hopefully you've already watched the other video, how to sit into a back stance. We're now stopping, sticking your bum out, we're putting our hip in, we're getting both our knees bent the same amount, and we're moving forwards. Okay? So, when we move in a back stance, in fact I'm not going to do it yet, I'm going to talk about it for the people who like to talk. I am going to keep my height the same, I'm not going to bounce up and down. I'm going to pivot around the ball of my foot. Whenever we move, we pivot on the ball of our foot. I'm going to use my waist to move, and I'm going to end up in a nice clean stance. I hope, anyway. Okay, we start off. Our back stance. Both my knees are bent. The feet are at 90 degrees. This knee pointing forwards, this knee pointing sideways. My bum isn't sticking out. I'm in. When I go to move, I'm keeping my height the same. I'm turning my waist. I'm coming forward, and I'm landing. And it's as easy as that, but you have to put all these things together. I'm thinking about this knee, and it comes forward. It helps me move my body. As I land, boom. Where's my pivot point? Here, the ball of this foot. Yep. As I come forwards, I'm getting my body weight above my pivot point, and then I turn my body, and I like to think that, where does my weight move? Well, at the minute, my weight's in this leg, and I transfer it to that leg. That's as far as I've moved. This is for balance. So, if you step forwards rather than pivot round your front foot, I think your weight will go too far forwards. Okay, so when we want to move, we're here, my knee is out, this knee is pointing the same direction, 90 degrees at my feet, my hip tucked in, my head's not going to move. I shift my weight forwards and turn, and then as I step through, I'm here. When I land here, I've got 70% of the weight on my back leg, 30 on my front leg. Okay? When I go to move again, I'm coming from here. What do? I shift my weight forwards above my pivot point. This knee is turning round, and as I step forwards, I'm going to pivot, and I'm down, and my knees are bent the same amount, my hips tucked in, my feet are at 90 degrees, my knees are pointing the same direction as my feet are. Okay, that's quite simple in my book, I think. So, we have to look at what maybe people are doing wrong. We'll do one where somebody they're really trying, and they've only done the last thing. You sometimes see people, they're here, yeah, knee out, hip in, down, that's nice and, yeah, it's good position. You see them turning, and then they do that. Did you see that movement? The movement in this foot? And what it has done is it has taken all this lovely body movement, the turn of their waist, the shift of their centre of gravity, and it's thrown it away, and it's twisted their knee. So everything moves together. Yeah, we're here, it just comes through, and it's quite natural. But my weight has stayed, so I transfer my weight from my back foot to this foot, and I land, and that's it. The other things you might do wrong. You're here, remember I said these muscles really do have to work hard. You're here, so as you step forwards, you want to stretch that muscle out. That muscle has been contracted, and you're thinking, oh, it's so sore. I don't care. Remember, from here, I don't want to see up and down. And the thing is that any up and down is up and down. So, the difference between this and this, if you move this much or you move this much, Neither of them are going to be nice. So keep your head the right height. You're going to have to keep your knees bent. These knees are bent the same angle, remember, bent the same amount. So it's just turning, you don't have to straighten them up and bend them again. The other thing we need to look out for is something that I talked about in when I was talking about horse riding stance, and it's throwing your foot round there, okay, and you've got nothing happening in your waist, so everything up here is disconnected again. We want to move, we want to use everything together to do good techniques, yeah? So I don't want to swim out there, I'm turning up here. Remember, that's what I said at the start. I'm turning through and I'm landing. So think about your knee. And how it moves forwards. Yeah? You turn up here as I'm shifting my weight. This pushes my knee forwards and we land. Moving backwards. What do we want to do? All my weight's there, set it back, come to there. Set it back, come to there. A bit worried about hitting my lovely hi-fi, that would be bad. I'm thinking about the same things. I'm thinking, does my head stay the same height? It should, and if it does, it means I'm keeping my knees bent the same amount, so that's good. The minute I've got my weight on this leg, so all I'm doing is transferring my weight from here to here. I've pivoted round that foot. Yeah, so as I move back, there's my pivot, and I'm down to there. So moving backwards is a bit easier. Yeah, I just step. My front foot moves straight behind me. Yeah, and the turn of my waist allows my front foot to do the pivot. So once again, my feet and my waist, they are joined, look, they're joined by my leg, and I want to minimise the harsh twisting of that leg. So we're working together. So all these movements that I'm talking about are all talking about how to use your whole body, your stance, your hips, your pivot together to move. That's back stance. Practice it. Practice it a lot. Be critical. Video yourself, look at yourself in mirrors. Watch what direction you're moving. Where are your knees going to tell you what happens. Keep practicing. If you've got questions, if you've got comments, if you've something you don't understand, let me know. Okay?